again, when fucking Shedeur doesn't have to do everything, he can do anything. You can really game plan against Travis Hunter if he's always in the same position.
Yeah.
It's almost disrespectful to the players that the offensive play calling is the way it is. In fact, it is disrespectful. It's saying to them, you're not actually these elite NFL players I think you are, because you can only do one thing.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be a chameleon. We can't put you under center. We don't move the pocket. So let's just be real here. I'm just going to go off. They don't run trap, power, counter, or gator.
Yep.
They don't have a consistent zone scheme with a scissor concept.
True.
I see no 12 personnel, 13 personnel, tight and heavy ever.
Facts.
We can't find a fullback yet. We've got a team full of guys standing there that can all play fullback is a hammer position. I'm not looking for Mike Allstott. I'm looking for a fucking hammer. Just run into the Mike linebacker 15 times, okay? Yeah. If you got to catch the ball every now and then, maybe we'll throw it to you, maybe.
Yeah.
We don't move the pocket. Bootleg and sprint out are two very different things, but I'm telling you, it allows the easy completions. It puts the defense a step behind, and it forces them to read their keys consistently, which you can also use against them, okay? We don't run any screen variation. All we do is the outside wide receiver screen. Yeah. We don't have any double moves off of that either. We don't have the double screen bait and go down the seam.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have tight end screens. We don't have middle screens. We don't run screens to our backs.
Mm-hmm.
We run a zone read scheme with our quarterback out of the gun, but I've never seen him pull it and run ever. And if he did, I forgot. The backside defensive end crashes on that so hard every time because he knows we're never going to pull it.
Exactly.
We don't really, it doesn't seem like we have a real consistent RPO game off of it either, because we can't really, I don't know if we can't run the ball or if our scheme is just so it's just so unproductive. I'm not going to sit here and say the offensive line can't run block. I don't know, dog.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you this, and I'm not talking shit, but you give Loadholt the ability to put in the run game, and I bet you they start running vertical and moving people. They're too big not to. Like, if you can't pass block every rep, which very rarely can you find an offensive line that's just going to fucking be able to just lock people down, pass blocking constantly. It's pretty hard.
Sure.
The whole point of the run game is to take pressure off of that. The play action game, like the hard sell play action, when you can hold people at the line of scrimmage because you ran the ball, it's not about yards per carry. I mean, it is, but it's about reps. It's, dude, I get 40 rushing attempts, and eventually one's going to pop, just like Nebraska did. They go 3, 5, 7, 2, -1, 15 touchdown. You just got to keep swinging the fucking hammer. So, bro, I almost need you to like take the apology and put it up there too. I'm not attacking anyone. I'm not being emotional. I'm not going after the prime sexuals. I'm not going after anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying that the professional offensive coordinator in the room up there, Pat Schumer, needs to start acting like a professional offensive coordinator. You've got a professional quarterback and a unicorn in Travis Hunter. You've got a great slot receiver in Jimmy Horn. You've got offensive line pieces that you can be successful with if you just maximize who they actually are and stop trying to fucking play 500 ball. And I get, did you hear what Matt McChesney said today? Oh, yeah, I heard what he said. Well, are you listening?
Yeah.
I know I'm a dick and everything, but I'm also right.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to support Coach Prime. I want him there for a long time. I want Shedeur Sanders to win 9 games and go be in New York for the Heisman. Yeah. I want Travis Hunter to actually score more touchdowns and be open on play action looks and things of that nature down the field instead of being triple teamed. We're throwing into triple coverage at times because nobody bites on the play action looks or even gives them any kind of like credence because we can't run the ball. And it's not because we can't run the ball. It's because our scheme doesn't allow us to.
Mm-hmm. No.
So it's like trying to it's like me trying to race NASCAR, dog. I can't see left. We're fucked.
Yeah.
So instead of me just keep turning left, I'm not going to play anymore. I'm going to go be the guy that sits there and talk shit instead of the guy that races. So we got to put people in a position here to be successful, and we're not.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to know how to fix it? That's fucking how. Go put an actual run game in, and stop with all the pride and ego shit and who's right and who's wrong and who's going to get offended and who's not going to get offended and who gets credit and who doesn't. Oh, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Who gives a shit? Let's go win a fucking football game and do it. Like I was clamoring for this in the offseason, and I thought they would do it. I think they do. That's the thing. After talking to certain people, I think that they actually do this stuff and have these formations and practice it and put it in, and then they get in the games and they don't do it.
Yeah.
And it becomes like
scrimmage. I am with you. I saw it a lot now. I was like, wow, where is that at?
I think that there's certain things a lot of things that they do in practice where the players think they're going to do one thing, and then they walk into the game and Pat does a completely different other thing. And Prime's over here trying to coach and do everything, knowing that he put the keys in Pat's hand. And now there's like, well, why aren't we doing this? Why aren't we doing that? Well, okay, the head coach has got to deal with this problem now. And Pat's just sitting over there calling fucking plays. Pat, this is not an opportunity for you to try and showcase your door so you can go get another job either. Mm-hmm. Like, come on, man. We've got to be better than this.
Yeah.
We've got too good of a play. Our players are too good to allow this to happen. We've got to fix it. And it's not a fucking, I'm not hating. I'm not going after anyone. I'm not telling you they can't coach. They're obviously better coaches than me. They work there. I'm doing this show. I'm just saying, I know what I'm talking about, and I see it, and I'm not the only one that sees it. And I need somebody to fucking start talking something other than like, yes, sir, no, sir. I don't want, if I have a bunch of yes men in the room, I've got the wrong guys in the room. I need to be challenged as a coach. That's just me. I don't think that there's anything wrong with a little bit of fucking tension and people going after each other and getting down on the football field. I think that's part of football. If we're not arguing and we're not on each other's ass, we must not be any fucking good. Mm-hmm. The expectation's way down here. And I don't think that's the case either. I think that there's a lot of dudes up there, a lot of coaches and a lot of players that are fed up and pissed off right now and know this is not constructive and there's no future in this. It may work against CSU. You could go do a shootout against CSU and maybe win that game playing like this. CSU's got to look at this as more blood in the water, and they're going to take us lightly and try and be finesse and come in. We do the same thing we did to them last year, and they'll win that game up in Kansas. I guarantee you that's the way they're thinking. And if you take CSU lightly, they will beat the shit out of us in Kansas, and it'll be 30,000 times worse than this shit.
Yeah.
Losing to Nebraska Memorial sucks. It's not fun. Go lose to fucking CSU, bro, and see what this really feels like. Exactly. Okay? It's a get-right game, and then all of a sudden you're into the Big 12. It's spread, but everybody can also run the ball. You don't want to be dead last in rushing in the Big 12. Mm-hmm. It's not like it's I think people have forgotten, like, the Power 4 conferences are pretty good. You can't just walk in and, like, we're not in the Mountain West.
Yeah.
So, bro, I think everything is fixable in this game if you are willing to accept the fact that it needs to be fixed. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm eager to see. Now, defensively, could they be better in areas? Yeah. The pick six, that was one of the worst play calls and decisions. Both have to bite that. The play call was terrible. The decision was terrible. Everyone was terrible. Everyone gets an F on that play. No one's calling your boy out, guys. Relax. Okay, that's not on the defense. And then Bentley literally had the ball in his hands on that pick. I mean, it was in his hands. I thought it was a pick. And like he's going the other way, and it just wasn't our day. It bounced in Nebraska. They held him scoreless in the second half, for God's sakes. So that's 2 weeks in a row that I've seen a lot of adjustments in the second. Now, did Nebraska kind of fuck it up and play immature and have a lot of penalties, and they had a touchdown come off the board because of a hold? Yes, that's all true. Mm-hmm. But they also held them scoreless. That's also true. Also true. So you can't say it's not true because it's fucking true. Mm-hmm. So to give up only 6 points in the second half of 2 ball games last year that team would have given up 50 to Nebraska instead of 28.
Yeah.
So I think that the defense played well enough for them to win the game, honestly.
I agree.
If the offensive play calling can do anything other than, hey, Shador, save us.
Yeah, I agree with you. And my biggest takeaways from that game, we're 7 down to Hayden. When the few times they actually decided, hey, we're going to line up and run it.
I'm talking like a fan, Bailey, and I'm not talking shit. I'm saying that's the same thing I'm hearing in the fucking chat. Where's this kid? Where's that kid? I don't give a fuck if you put Bo Jackson back there, dog. The scheme is dog shit.
Well, yeah,
it doesn't matter what players we put back there. Charlie, who I think that experiment's probably over, or Hayden, or Augustus, or whoever. It doesn't matter until we decide as an offensive football team, until the offensive coordinator decides to invest in the run game on game day and to actually line up in formations that are conducive to running the fucking football and helps his quarterback out, which will only help him on play action and screen and everything else. Because now you have to put an extra guy in the box, and all your receivers are fucking one-on-one. So again, like where's Hayden? Where's this? I don't give a shit where they are. They're not in the right offensive scheme. That's where they are.
Yeah. Well, and then let me change my question then. Where is the run game? Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like we saw it in that live scrimmage. I saw glimpses of like, hey, this offensive line can line up and like try and run down your throat if they want it. But I just haven't seen it in the first 2 weeks. It seems like they're avoiding it.
I gotta talk to this guy for a second.
Go ahead.
Homie, I've been watching you all day just fucking talk shit. I mean, you say I'm not going to criticize him, and then I start talking truth, and now I'm cutting Bailey off. I'm sorry, but this is the way Bailey and I operate. We're not sitting here asking each other questions. He's running the show like a G, and I'm talking on 0 to 60. So, again, the basement. Stay in your basement and calm down, homie. We're trying to fucking facilitate jerks like you. Well, not a jerk, but guys like you that are never happy. Calm down, homie. We're trying our fucking best to get you right. God damn, that guy's fucking. He's got to be the angriest motherfucker on this place. Like Jesus Christ, dog. Fuck. No, the minute you say something nice or says something that appeases, he goes the other way. Like, oh, now I'm pissed off about this. Fuck. Go jerk off Chicago backhand style. And get your day going, homie. Calm the fuck down.
Yeah, no, exactly. In the basement, we respect it. It's also, we got another here. Matt's breaking this shit down. You gotta hear. This is what Matt says is must hear shit. So we gotta hear it. You know what I'm saying?
Look, Bailey. I'm not saying you're wrong. We need to see the players, but
I know I'm with you though. I'm
saying like it's this narrative. Like these players need to play better. Dude, they're running the plays that are called.
Yeah.
And it's like I know Shador has some autonomy to change things, but I can't change the formation. If he consistently calls 10, 11, not even 11, they throw one time, they were 10 or empty the whole game.
Yeah.
If we're at 10 or empty the whole game, I can't even attempt to change anything in order to go run the fucking football.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like Shador in the press conference, I know a lot of novices heard he threw his O-line under the bus. Guys, they were under the fucking bus already. It was a goddamn corn combine, and it ran the offensive line over because we don't support them running the football or any different formations or motions or, motions can tell us where they're blitzing from, how they're playing coverage, what kind of front that we can change their blitz package by motioning people and figuring out who's got who. Like the 62-36 game years ago, the entire fucking offensive game plan was motioning two guys in order to displace a linebacker to get a better angle to run the football. So and Coach Barnett even brought that up on the show the other day. So again, it's bigger than just, I wish the players would fucking play better. God, these guys suck. I'm tired of that shit. And look, I think it's fixable because I'm a coach. And I'm not just going to sit down and be like, the fucking year's over. We lost to our rival. Everyone sucks. I'm not a Buff fan anymore. Fuck these guys. Blah, blah. And then on Saturday morning, you're back on the bandwagon because you had 3 fucking beers.